Who were the Essenes? The truth about Josephus, the Hasmoneans, and the Nephilim connection. Most people today think the Essenes were a peaceful, holy community living at Qumran, the so-called authors of the Dead Sea Scrolls. But what if that entire picture is wrong? What if the Essenes were actually part of a corrupted priesthood? What if Josephus himself admitted it? And what if the Hasmoneans, the very dynasty the Essenes came from, may even trace back to Nephilim lines? Let's go deeper. Who were the Essenes really? The Essenes are usually described as a separate religious group, but according to Josephus's own autobiography, they were actually one of three Hasmonean factions: Pharisees, Sadducees, and the Essenes. He admitted he joined the Essenes, lived with them, practiced their rituals, and later became a Pharisee. This proves something most scholars avoid. These were not three separate denominations. They were three branches of the same Hasmonean priesthood, a priesthood that never belonged in the temple in the first place. Why the Essenes were not the Qumran community? Modern scholarship insists the Essenes lived at Qumran, but archaeology says otherwise. At the Qumran ruins, we find no homes, no kitchens, no long-term living structures, evidence of scribal and pottery production, not a village. And the Dead Sea Scrolls themselves, they condemn the Pharisees, Sadducees, and the Essenes as the corrupt priesthood who defiled the temple. So, who lived there? The true sons of Zadok, the legitimate temple priests. They fled Jerusalem when the Hasmoneans took over. The Essenes never lived at Qumran. Their historical base was En-Gedi and Machaerus, far south of Qumran. The Hasmoneans and the Nephilim connection. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. The word Hasmonean traces back to Asmodai, a name associated in ancient sources with the Philistines, the region of Gath, and even Nephilim heritage. Gath, of course, is famous for Goliath and his 4 giant brothers. According to the Genesis 10 records and traditions preserved in the Septuagint, this region carried Nephilim mixed bloodlines. So, when the Hasmoneans rose to power in 165 BC and declared themselves both king and high priest without a Zadokite lineage, it raised questions even in ancient times. Some early sources identify Hasmoneans as foreigners, Samaritans, and possibly tied to Nephilim-related lines. This would explain why they never produced the genealogical proof required of true priests. The sons of Zadok rejected them as impostors, and why the Essenes, a Hasmonean faction, never belonged in the temple. Josephus exposes his own faction. Josephus reveals even more. He openly wrote that he was of Hasmonean royal blood. He joined the Essenes. He practiced their extreme rituals, and he used divination to predict Vespasian becoming emperor. That's not biblical prophecy. That's occult seer practice, exactly like the Essenes were known for. He also compared the Pharisees, including himself, to the Stoics, the Greek philosophical sect Scripture associates with idol worship. Yet modern scholars take Josephus's words as if he represented the biblical priesthood. He didn't. He represented the usurpers. So who were the Essenes? Putting the pieces together, the Essenes were a Hasmonean faction, not the sons of Zadok, not the keepers of Scripture, practitioners of occult seer traditions tied to the same priesthood, Messiah rebuked, possibly connected to Nephilim-linked ancestry. They were not the authors of the Dead Sea Scrolls, a peaceful Qumran monastery, the true biblical priesthood. The Qumran community was something very different, the actual temple priests in exile, preserving the authentic scriptures. The more we dig into real history, the clearer it becomes. The common picture of the Essenes is a modern scholarly illusion. Josephus's own testimony, archaeology, and the scrolls themselves reveal the truth. The Essenes were never the keepers of Scripture. They were among the very ones who corrupted it. And the Hasmoneans, their story may reach back much farther, into the shadows of the ancient Nephilim. When Yahusha told the religious rulers, "You are of your father the devil," he was exposing more than bad behavior. He was exposing the source behind their authority. These leaders claimed holy lineage, but their works revealed another father, the murderer from the beginning. This fits the pattern of the Hasmonean usurpers, who seized the priesthood without Zadokite authority, and may have carried deeper corruption tied to the ancient serpent line. If this opened your eyes, leave a comment below, subscribe, and join me as we continue uncovering the forgotten history behind Scripture. Shalom, and let's keep proving all things.